Hello again, I am Jim Bob. Welcome back to Jim Bob Plays Prison Architect. I'm just having a look at our overview page here on the pause menu. So you can see we had an escapee last episode, but it also tells us here that we had 2 prisoners released. So when I realised that we were down from 8 to 6, and I thought maybe 2 might possibly have escaped, they didn't. They were actually released. So that's good to know. We have had just the 1 single escapee so far. So we're going to get underway with building our new low security prison block here. So we need to go to structure and we need to build the foundations like so. Speed time up. And we are going to need to put in walls and doors next. So we'll start with the doors. We want one just there. And we also want one just there. Now we're going to go to concrete walls and we're going to block in our concrete walls like so. And these are just creating the basic outlines of our cells and our separating lines. I think we've already put that in there. No, apparently we haven't. There we go. Let's get some power in here so we can see what we're doing. So we'll take a line from there and run it slap bang here into the middle of the prison. And we'll send it up a bit there so that we can pop it that way. And we are going to put in some metal detectors, so we'll pop a line just there as well. And we'll drop some power down here just to make sure that these lower cells are nicely lit as well. So again, we are going to, I don't want to fire him. We'll toggle this door open and this door open, so we don't have to have a guard over here all the time while we're building. So let's start adding in some items. Let's go to rooms. Let's allocate this as a shower. This does need to be actually allocated as a separate shower. Whereas we could get away with it with a holding cell, we kind of need it as a separate shower allocation just here. And we may yet need to reallocate this as a shower as well. We'll see. So let's add in hot showers for these guys because this is minimum security. Let's get the drains in. There we go. Now we need to go to walls and doors, and I'm actually going to use something I've not really used before because it's new. If I can find it. Barred walls. And I use that like so. Okay, there we go. We'll put the actual doors in last. So what else do we need to add in? Well, before I allocate these rooms as cells, I need to make sure that they are fully fit and ready for use. Otherwise, prisoners will immediately start getting transferred over here, and we don't want that. So it is time to why have I still got 3 guards in here? Guard deployments. Okay. So I'm going to want a guard just here. I'm going to want one here and here. And I'm going to want one in the canteen as well. And one in there. That's our 5 guard allocation routes. Okay, so objects. Let's put in what we need for each of these cells. So they're going to need a bed, first of all. There we go. Bed. Now the one thing that does wind me up with this game from time to time is the way it will constantly keep switching focus. Let's put the bed like that. So there, we go through a wall and it takes us away from the object that we had. Now if we had this allocated as a cell, it would be a little bit better, but I don't want to do that just yet. As I said, I need to make sure that this is up and running before I start, allowing prisoners to make their way over here. Plus I need to make sure that the surrounding area is secure as well, which it blatantly isn't at the moment. So if we move across to the other side, we will rotate the beds. Like so. There is another way that we can do this, and I'll show you that once we have once we start work on our medium security block. Actually, no, I'm going to do it for this one. So I need to put in a toilet. Let's get in here. Be quick to go the other way. So we're going to give them a toilet next to the bed, like so. I'm also going to give them a bookcase or bookshelf. Like so. And there we go. So, to make things a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, we are going to go to clone. So what we can do is we can clone the interior of this cell, like that. And now we can paste it over the top of all these other cells, like so. Now, because we already have the beds, it's going to cause a few issues with the beds. But if we end up with extra beds, that's fine. It's not a major issue. Because we'll use those anyway, and the extra ones will go into storage. But there we go. So our guys are now setting up each of these cells for us. We need to sort out plumbing. Water supply, here we go. So let's get everything connected together. Like so. Let's feed across like that. And again here, and the reason I'm doing this is just to help spread the water pressure a bit more evenly, take some of the burden off. By feeding water into the system in a couple of different places. And we'll run pipe down the middle, and that one's not the middle, and across like that as well. So this should hopefully help distribute the water nice and evenly. We are going to tap in from just here. I'm actually going to remove that piping just there, because sometimes, although the prisoners can't use these small pipes to actually tunnel out, they can follow the piping to try and find a route for escape. So by not giving them a direct route straight to the pipes, it makes it easier for me to detect the tunnels before they're complete, in theory. In theory. It's not always the case. But there we go. So we now have those areas here. So we needed to add in a couple more items in here. Let's go to objects. We want tables and benches. There's our tables. Let's get our benches in. There we go. We need our metal detectors in here. Metal, objects. That's where we need to go. Metal detectors are in. They should be automatically wired up. Yes, they are. If we go to our power supply, there you can see everything's nice and neatly connected. So this is pretty much ready. So let's tidy the place up a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of sparkle. So let's go to flooring. So we want some white tiles in here for our bathroom area. In terms of inside here, we're going to go with ceramic flooring inside the prison itself, or inside the cell block itself, as you should say. Oh, cleaner can't come and open that because we don't have enough security guards. That's why everything's getting so dirty. They're trapped. Okay, let's hire some more guards, because we're going to need to. So let's hire a guard in here, and a guard in here, and another guard in here. We'll have one in here. That's 9, isn't it? So there we go, 10. So we have our main area here. Now we need to start putting in the doors. So we want cell doors, the small ones. There we go. I think that's the right way. It's quite hard sometimes with these cell doors to check which way they're facing. It's kind of trial and error. That's going the right way, okay. So now I can start dropping the rest of these in. There we go. now I need to go to rooms and I need to allocate. Before we do that, nearly forgot. Let's put our perimeter fencing up. So, put some perimeter fencing there. Put some perimeter fencing along here, like so. What am I going to do with that little gap just there? Not sure yet. Let's go back to flooring. We want to create a pathway. Like so. So there we go, we've got a nice gravel pathway under construction just there. Looking pretty good so far. Let's see, in terms of everything else, we need a new kitchen. We need new... Well, technically we could feed into the original canteen. Let's do that. For now. While we start transferring everything over. So let's go to walls and doors again. Let's build our fencing straight up here. And across. And as a temporary measure, until we can rebuild, let's go for a door. Let's face it that way. Plonk that there. We need one just there. Let's remove the statuses on those doors. Right, we now have cell blocks. So we have a canteen, we have a yard, we have a medical area, we have everything we need. So we are going to go to rooms, and we are going to clear out that area like that. So these guys should now get transferred over to the new facility. Where's the rest of them? We have 5. Why are these guys still bouncing around here? Why haven't they been transferred over yet? I think maybe they've been punished and they're waiting for cells, I think. So we are just about ready. So let's go into rooms and let's actually allocate these finally as cells. There we go. So now these guys should start getting allocated over here. We're going to go to, we can slow time down a bit. We're going to go to guard deployment. And we're going to make sure we have a guard in here. At least one. We're going to go with 2. How many guards have we got left? We've got 1 left. That isn't, I'm not used. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put a guard in there. Okay, let's speed time back up a bit. So you can see these guys now have just access to an actual cell block. Water is spilling out still, so we need to put in an additional drain just here by the look of it. Objects. Let's do it like that. So they're going up for yard time, I'm guessing, or maybe something to eat. Going for something to eat. There we go. Right, so we need to get some more prisoners in now. Let's go to, because we are losing losing $735 a day. That's not good. So let's go to intake. We have 5 of potential 27. So let's go with 20 requested. This will give us another nice improvement of 12 grand, injection of 12 grand in terms of capital. We'll also be making more money per hour as well. We are probably going to need to hire an extra couple of guards just to make sure. We'll slow time down as well, just to make sure that everything runs relatively smoothly. So guard deployments. I'm going to need a guard in here. I'm going to want a guard in here. So we need to hire staff. Let's hire an extra guard there and an extra one there. And speed time up. So this time, new guys should be processed down here. So let's see where the prison buses drop them off. They may drop them off at the top here with the deliveries. When are they due? Next intake in 10 hours. So we're just going to whiz through until they're ready and they arrive, and then we're going to watch and see if they are processed correctly. Hopefully they will be. How long we've got? So we're down to 7.5 hours. Just grabbing a drink. It's Thirsty Work, talking straight for about 3 hours. Okay, we're getting close. They are almost ready. I'm really curious as to where these prisoners are going to get dropped off. They may well get dropped off here in this delivery area, which is not ideal. But we'll see if that is actually what actually happens. So we can slow time down a little bit now. They are on their way. We'll keep it going. So here come the green prison buses. Oh, we have families coming to visit as well, look. That's good. So it's actually dropped them off right outside the front entrance to the prison. That's good. They're all lined up. We don't have any additional guards yet, so they're going to be brought in one at a time. We need to hire some more guards. So let's go up to 15 guards. There we go. So you'll see these guys will be brought through into the reception area. They're getting through the metal detector okay at the moment. They're going to be searched and... oh, there we go. Someone's setting an alarm off. Some of these guys... oh, he's brought in a hacksaw, look. Some of these guys will bring in... oh, we've got a knife. Some of these guys will bring in some contraband with them. Some will be narcotics. We don't have an easy way of finding the narcotics without strip searching them like we're doing at the moment. Oh, we had an escape. I didn't see how he escaped. He's probably getting out through that the kitchen entranceway, which is not good. So we need to watch out for that. Some of these guys are going to get cells. Some are going to be stuck in the holding area. But they're all being processed, given uniforms. Someone else attacking the... we still are a little short on guards. Our prison cell is starting to fill up, our cell block. It's always a busy time when you have an influx of new prisoners. I was kind of hoping we could get away with just 15 guards. We may need to hire some additional ones. But what we can do is we can reallocate this area here into a more secure facility. So let's work on that in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. My name's Jim Bob. This has been Prison Architect on the PS4, and I will catch you back on the prison yard very soon.